on like that.
Again.
That's what I was doing. I was getting ready to look on here, Marcia, and I got distracted, Marcia.
Challenging.
They get blamed for something else. I know. Oh, something else. So you say that's what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
If you mess something up, unless it's really bad, you're not gonna fire.
Okay, I'll be in order.
I keep saying that because like I was totally freaked out about this, and I started finding out all ins and outs, and I was like, oh,
You want me to serve you, ladies?
they have all this stuff over here, they have this over there. I want to write it all down. I have it, do this, so do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick it up. It's crazy.
That comes from me. Oh, okay. I could have brought us. Yeah, but it looked like she did bring.
Oh my gosh, I could use one.
So that is your final question?
That's my final answer.
Somebody said, shall they get the, passport?
And basically what I've been doing is,
No, that's a small piece. If you want more, let me know. We'll get another one.
Yeah, look on, it's under. The oil.
At my,
How many thank yous? You know, I'm like, hard, gifts I get from students. I do have to say that, that is how I measure, you know, my business success.
I don't like this.
So you folks have me run around and things like that.
No, I like the restaurant. Yeah, they do the ones that Chinese restaurant is full and a woman out. It's just convenient, it's delicious. Let me see.
Leslie delete everything.
That's one.
It's 1,000 times better.
I'm starting about 4 years ago. All went to Family Dollar. Everything's sold out because it's a holiday. Does anybody in here have forks in their car?
I have a few forks
You
here.
brought some? Okay.
Oh, beautiful. Wow.
We have a chocolate or vanilla choice or on the serving things. They're saying there is no.
They're under here.
Okay. I went to
Should have
Family
told me,
Dollar.
Jill. I went back to the house. I would have got whatever.
Well, I didn't know until the last minute. Like, that's why I don't like, this is the setup. You gotta remember everything. And.
Okay, here we go.
We'll talk about it though. Okay, you can put those right on this table.
Okay.
So it looks like we might have enough.
There.
I still have chocolate. These are the vanilla.
I can't whine about having dental stuff and not eat much and then eat a ton of cake, you know? Really? I should have licked my fork.
A whole bunch of money and I'm like, no, God.
I don't think we needed 36 pieces of cake.
MJ, get yourself something else. Oh, you know, I could kind of do it.
And you trying to do it better.
Kind of a window. Now let's chocolate cake because who turns that?
Look at that big room you get if it goes out.
Oh, no.
It is one to that. Really small, like, really
So it looks like.
I didn't get a piece of birthday cake, vanilla or chocolate,
balance. Training.
like a big fat rose.
Whatever you said. We're done.
I had some dental work done today, so I have to be cool about what I'm eating.
Boy, that is a little teeny piece.
That's what I normally eat. Especially sugar, I kind of get bad from away. Not familiar. Well,
I have a tiny little.
I'm hesitant. So I have to be. Yeah, I'm a cavity, a 30-minute round. Not surprising.
Yeah.
We got.
Does it got it drilled out or?
They did all that stuff and then it's temporary into the. And you can say.
I made the same mistake the last time I had a cavity. I thought, you know, I can deal with this. And I had to
I would
stop
never
them.
say I can
I
do
had to
this.
stop them and get.
This is an enormous piece. It'll make your teeth blue.
Yeah.
Thank you. I had like even, the silver fillings that are still.
Hello. How's it
You
going?
went right past me. You were right here with me, right past me, and you didn't even see me. Like, yeah, she's like last week was like, I even know you remember. This week it's like she just walked right past me. It's like,
Fine, hugs, kisses, love, hugs, kisses, love. You want chocolate or vanilla? You want both?
Answer.
no.
You like a mixed or vanilla?
Yep. Like the sugar that I can get. Unfortunately.
I'm gonna put in the virtual space those questions.
Am I gonna eat it with my finger?
No.
No, I will.
Eat more. No,
Tasting.
there's a red rose.
Sports and fans. The faith is gone. So she's there.
Salad.
It shouldn't be on. This is happy hour.
Oh.
You know, people, it's an hour. 6 to 7:30.
You know how to make the main room, the
I didn't know
focus
if I was.
is a meeting. Yes,
It
it's
should-
a
it should be on
6
there.
o'clock. Hello. Can you give me a quarter?
Oh, I just
there?
got one. Hold on.
Thank you so much.
First.
With a board, please.
I'm really done.
Think we have enough for.
Okay. With this.
Bring your pillow.
Saw you, I thought you were like a passionate leader, or maybe in the state.
I'm a president.
I think or Pittsburgh.
Okay,
Where do you work?
the housing authority,
How'd you know? But at least it's-
for housing, city housing authority.
I was very, very involved with.
Mike.
Housing authority with Mike.
Yeah, Mike is my counterpart. He does county, I do. city.
Everybody have an agenda? Everybody signed the
Say-
release.
Oh.
Yeah.
Please sign me in.
The permit to have your picture taken is used. Hey, I'm online so much with these kids and the robots and all that.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Yeah.
You look pretty. I was running around up until the last minute.
Thanks. Oh, yeah, Miss Shaw, would you? Better.
Machines aren't bad, it's just,
I'd like to call the meeting to order.
so if it's a little too easy,
So be so kind as to stand with me so that we might do the collect, followed by the objectives and the pledge of allegiance.
So it works. Finger not. Right. Sometimes it's a little gone into your like.
Bless, O God, from pettiness. Let us be large in thought, in word, in deed. Let us be done with fault finding and leave off self-seeking. May we put away all pretense and meet each other face to face without self-pity and without prejudice. May we never be hasty in judgment and always be generous. Let us take time for all things. Make us to grow calm, serene, and gentle. Teach us to put into action our better impulses, straightforward and unafraid. Grant that we may realize it is the little things that create differences. that in the big things of life, we are at one. And may we strive to touch and know the great common human heart of all. Oh Lord God, bless something not to be found. Please join me in the mission. The BPW mission is to achieve equity for all women in the workplace, advocacy, education, and information. Empowering working women to achieve their full potential and partner with employers to build successful workplaces with education, research, knowledge, and trust. The BWB objectives are to elevate standards for women in business and in the professions, to promote their interests, to develop cooperation among them, and to extend opportunities for them in education, especially in industry, science, and education. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge
I pledge
allegiance
allegiance
to the
to the
flag
flag
of the United
of the
States
United
of
States of
America,
America,
and to the
and to the
republic
republic for which it
stands
stands, one
under
nation,
God,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and
justice
justice for all.
Thank you. Please have a seat. I don't know if we have the
Please
minutes.
let me know if you guys can
because I
hear
don't have
everything.
them.
If I need to turn the sound up,
For
just indicate in the
approval
chat.
For the June meeting, for our regular June meeting. And MJ, do you have an agenda?
I do. On the other side of the river.
On the other side of the column. Just wanted to make sure, because I saw you rush up front.
Well, she was looking for one.
Oh, okay, so you need an agenda, is that,
I did.
you still need an agenda?
Yes, I do. So I didn't sign in yet, so that's probably why.
Did not sign
I'm
in.
gonna go do that.
This-
I was from the stuff.
We do not have the minutes that were taken for the June meeting. And I'm not quite sure who took those minutes at the June meeting.
Who was our secretary of? Our reporting secretary.
Jen Jackson,
Yeah.
Jen Jackson was our, and I don't know if she was.
I think she was. I think it was Jen Jackson.
Okay, so Jen Jackson has the minutes, and so those minutes will have to be obtained and approved at another date. The treasurer's report.
This is, and I have, there are other people here. This is the August 31st. I do have June, July, but this gives you a good idea. I got all the reports in. Hi, Jill. Am I missing anybody? Okay. Our current checking account balance as of August 31st was $3,577.36. We had deposits of $187, no ACH credits. So a total deposit for $107. Email, and we had one CHS withdrawal. We had ending balance of $3,708. Our beginning balance of our savings account was $19,256. Part of that goes into secured savings, which was the money that we have been drawing down for the past several years, which is right, what was that, $3,512.69. The interest of that whole account is credited to the secure savings. So we have $3,524.91. You have in the scholarship account. This is your working capital, $15,666.34. Combined savings and checking, $22,969. Just a brief note, the total income from 2025 scholarships Luncheon was 12,353. And our total profit was only 253. Our total income the year before was 22,922. And your total profit was $8,693.12. Big difference between the last 2 years, so that's something to consider. Now,
Joanne, question, I might have not heard you correctly. Are you saying we only made a $258 profit from the lunch? Holy crap.
a lot of reasons, that report was given to you actually in June, a lot of reasons. One, I'll give you a quick summary.
Excuse me, Madam Treasurer. When you said scholarship account, 15,066, you said working capital.
Well, I just use that, you have that money to, that's what you're looking for next year. I
In
believe
other words, our scholarship account is 15,666. Okay, and so then our working capital account then is actually 7,300 something.
Yeah.
If you take 15,600 from 22,900.
No. Your secured savings,
Right.
or you're getting me confused.
Well, I mean, but those are the numbers, scholarship and savings total. And so if you subtract it, you should get what your working capital.
I think when she said working capital, I think she was just saying that's the money that the scholarship
I
has to work.
understand that.
Yeah.
And so what do we have in our regular account that is not our scholarship account? How
What
much
you
money?
have in your regular account, the secured savings account, is
Yeah.
$3,509.06. And what you have in well, wait a minute, I'm looking at the June report.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm looking at it. You have ending balance. You have secured savings, $3,524.91. You have total in the account, $19,256. You subtract $3,524. That actually gives you 15,666.34 for your scholarship account. And then I combine the savings and checking, which has always been done, so that you actually have $22,969. I was looking. That's what we got.
Okay, and just so I'm clear, on 2025 scholarship luncheon, we spent 12,353, is that?
We spent about 12,000 total. Your total income was $12,353 minus expenses, $12,099.64. Your total profit was $253.36.
253.30.
The difference between sponsors and your attendance was 96 last year. The year before it was 125. Your sponsors were only $3,228. The year before, 7,700.
Okay,
So, and I'll pull that off further from Marie. So, but that's where we're at. So you know what you have to work with. A couple of bills will be coming, in effect already did at the beginning of September. And I have notes on the back. So that we pay the state dues. And we pay the state dues, district dues. And the coming out and the. Okay, the convention dues are coming out.
And if you would hold questions for the luncheon, it is listed under unfinished business, any report for that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is not about the luncheon. The ACH, automatic, is that automatic checking, ACH?
What she said?
The ACH is the,
What does it stand for?
The clearinghouse, where the bank sends your money when you do, debits and credits.
So it says here, ACH 6250. What was that for? Do we have a reference? Should that be in the report?
That was for, whatever that was I don't have that right in front of me. That was a final expense, I believe. I have to look it up.
Those are clearinghouse fees, you know, like when you go to the bank and they charge you $2 or $3.
No, I don't know.
Okay, but that's what that is. It's your bank. If you had, I'm making this up because I don't know which accounts you have, but if you had Stripe or you had
They charge.
MasterCard, they charge you, and that ACH is a fee.
Okay, that's what that is.
For clarity, Joanne, if you'd be so kind as to please add to that statement, ACH fee on all future statements, and that may assist folks.
Understand it. Thank
May
you.
assist folk in understanding what it is. Yes, ma'am. Questions for the treasurer?
I've never had more like.
Why is so high?
I'm pretty sure that is not one fee. That is probably a multiple fees that are applied, because if you do banking and every time you do it, they charge you 2 to 3% or more depending upon what the transaction is.
I will not work, so I will say I don't see a lot of. I used to an outpatient when I first started.
I remember they go to Dollar Bank. They took over, Dollar Bank absorbed Standard Fifth, and they want,
Right, but we had a member that like recommended to move that thing, is that correct?
Which is a big
I was
picture.
part of
If folks want to change banks, then that is a suggestion. They can come through the finance committee.
Report. I didn't, no, I'm just looking for clarification, but.
Yeah, I mine.
Any additional questions for the treasurer? Questions? Are there any questions for the treasurer? Any additional questions? Then this report that was read for your information, we'll place it on file for audit. And since there's no action that needs to be taken on any unaudited reports or I do know that there will probably be some requests for check disbursements, and we will create some kind of check disbursement form, because I understand that there's some folks who are looking for payments. Thank you. Okay.
Good job, Joanne.
We have a report from our corresponding secretary. I know she did. Ms. Juanita,
You're up.
And I've
And
already.
there's no correspondence since last Tuesday.
No correspondence.
It's last Tuesday was yes.
Okay. And the correspondence last Tuesday.
Was the bank statements that I gave and the Opera House that I reported last week. We had the Opera, just the notice that the Opera is coming up, and bank statements. I turned over the bank statements.
All right, so the bank statements correspondence has been the bank statements that have been turned over to finance and to the treasurer.
And that was July bank statements. The August ones that for the end of the month haven't come yet.
Okay. Wow. In your agenda or in your order of business, you'll see under reports. Basically, what I did was I listed all of the committees that could possibly ever give a report. If there is no report, we will not be calling on them. We won't even necessarily be calling on them by name. It is my hope that any standing committee or special committee that has a report and needs to report, that they will make a statement ahead of time, informing the secretary, either the corresponding secretary or the recording secretary, so that we might make sure that they are added to the agenda in terms of the information that you have.
Oh my God.
I think the easiest way to address that would be to go back to.
She's coming out over. Are you?
On that.
When did you get to here?
I've been like in this.
go back to the list of, and some of you have that list of the elected officers that you. Last week, there have been some additions added to that list. And there are still some open positions that need to be filled. What I'm handing you now are the goals, the committees, as well as on the back of it are on one of these sheets, on the back of the sheet are the goals of our state and district. And the calendar that we worked on last week, I updated it based on the information from last week's planning session. If we can ever finish all of the calendar, then we can print it, put it on websites, send it out to vote and so everybody has a copy that is actually valid. The hope is, of course, to be able to produce a calendar so that you'll be able to know exactly where we need to be and when we need to be there. But if you would look at
Why do I hear background? I
Look
thought
at the
one
second
person was
page.
talking.
On the back of the Women Make It Happen, where you have elected officers, this is the same information that was basically passed out last week when we talked about what the goals were for the state president, the things, etc. As you will see, looking at the top where it says BPWPA 2025-2026 Board of Directors. That is the information from our state president. Her theme is running through the challenge with grit, growth, resilience, integrity, and tenacity. The primary focus this year is hunger, hunger-free PA, which leads to, yes, ma'am.
Remains, Faith has had her hand up when you were talking. I don't know if she had a question.
I do have a question.
She's responding to her question.
Responding to everybody's chat, so even if you see it, that's what's happening. Okay.
I want to know, why is there a background noise?
The state.
Two separate conversations going on. Why?
State thing is running through the challenge with grit, growth, resilience, integrity, and tenacity.
Stacey,
State
look at the
president is
chat.
Sarah
You'll see the
Kitchen,
explanation that both
and her
myself and
focus
Tashana
is
just
on
gave.
hunger.
We're in an open
And so
space and they're next door
primarily
to
the
us
things
and
that
they are
we'll
also
be
having a
working on
meeting.
This year will have to do with hunger. The first, I'll say, event.
Wait, excuse me.
Yes.
What did you say the theme was? Cause this says women make it happen. That's wrong. Or is
Make it happen is our thing.
Hello, but what's the?
The state thing, look on the back of the page, Ms. Joy, that says women, at the top where it says women make it happen. And then you'll see on the back one that has boxes.
Yeah.
And it describes who the leaders are at the state. And then if you come down to the middle of the page, it describes who the leaders are for District 3 and what the theme is for District 3. And on that front page where we have the elected officers and our committees is our theme and the positions that have currently been filled.
Have the themes or the topics come out for young careers or?
Say it a little bit louder.
Have the theme or the topic for young careerists or ID come out yet?
Not to my knowledge, but Tashana will be speaking to that hopefully at our next meeting, if not sooner. Because all of that is tied in to what the state president's theme is going to be. And her theme is, as stated, grit, and the focus is hunger.
Sana just responded, not yet, but as soon as they finish, she'll let everybody know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
What did she say? I couldn't hear her.
Themes are not out yet. As soon as they do already. As soon as they become available, she'll let everybody know.
Yeah. They like some political stuff.
Okay.
Cause I looked at the door and I'm like.
And at the district level,
Alright, let's go.
District 3 is the best way to predict the future is to create it, and ours is women make it happen. Those are the things, and the hope is that we'll be able to tie in with what the district is doing as well as what the state is doing. And in terms of, in particular, having events that will allow us to reach our goals and objectives or to meet all of those contest entry thingamajiggies that are occurring. And so if you look at that next page, which actually has a page 3 on it. These were all of the dates that I could identify in the state and in the, at the top of it, it says calendar. You have a sheet that looks like this?
This one?
That's the one that gets back up. All the dates that I could identify for the entire year are listed in there. Of course, we're at our September the 2nd meeting, hoping to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We had talked about, and
And you're like.
it was October the 21st as the date for our October meeting. And what I mean by kill 2 birds with 1 stone, that is also National Business Women's Week. And so we will be holding our meeting during that week, for National Business Women's Week. The district director is coming. And the hope is that we will be able to get Miss Audrey Johnson past, I guess, 1990, I have it somewhere.
If you can get it.
Was a past president of BPWPA, to come and to visit with us and to share information about what it was like to be the president and to share information with us in order to help empower us. She is, I forget exactly how old she is. I think she might be in her late 80s or maybe early 90s. The hope is that we will also give her a certificate of appreciation or to honor her in some state form or fashion. And to, yes, ma'am.
Madam President, last year we made her an honorary member, Audrey Johnson, so if we have a certificate of honorary.
We can certainly do that. But Gail, please make a note that we made her an honorary member last year. Okay.
And we never communicated with her at her home or anywhere.
Is there dementia?
I'm not sure.
Is there a connection?
Dementia.
I think there is, but I'm not sure. I've talked.
There may be some dementia, but a conversation has been had with her in the past month, and she's a very interesting woman. When dementia has a tendency to come and go with the best of us, and if we can get her here, we certainly want to get her here for our October meeting and honor her in some way. Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry. You mentioned that we were going to have our October meeting at the end of October. How are we going to communicate that to our members who think it's the first Tuesday always?
Through emails, the newsletter, phone calls. The information has the folk who were here last week, but we will make sure we get that information out to everybody.
Isn't that a little risky not having a set date? Set date.
The dates that are on this particular page.
No, I mean a set date for the meeting like we've had. Isn't it risky to change it like that?
There are 2 dates on this calendar actually that have been changed, the October 21st and the November the 11th meeting. All the rest of them are the first Tuesday of the month. And the statement at the top basically starts by saying the meetings are generally the first Tuesday evening of the month. And yes, it can be a little bit risky, but it also, we're trying to deal with some of the dates, in particular in the month of November. November the 4th is Election Day. November the 11th is Veterans Day. And it was decided last week at the planning session with members present that they could deal with November the 11th, and we're gonna find a way to honor a veteran or something of that nature. But trying to keep them on the first Tuesdays. They are all on a Tuesday, but to advertise it and to make sure that our members know. Any questions? The other dates, of course, that you'll see listed across there are December the 2nd, January 6th, February the 3rd, March the 3rd, April the 7th, May the 5th, and June the 2nd. The event dates, in that category where you see event dates, the plus sign next to a date basically indicates that it is a District 3 meeting. I think I see one where I left off the plus sign. And the state meetings have 2 plus signs next to them. And I put ours in bold to try to call attention to the ones that were specific for Greater Pittsburgh. Saturday, September the 20th was, yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, I was just noting, a District 3 fall meeting is the same day as the vendor bash?
Yes, ma'am. Been saying that, yes, ma'am. That's what I was saying. We tried to deal with the conflicts that were in our calendar. But that one still exists. And if I understand correctly, I'm not sure if there are any open dates for having the vendor bash here. I'm gonna say almost other than that date. Because all the dates have filled up quickly at this location since then. But yes, these are the dates. And that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to produce a calendar up front. So everyone can see the dates, put them in your calendar, mark your calendars. Then that way we can identify all of the conflicts and decide what we want to do or if something needs to be changed. All right. Again, the ones that are in light gray ink, and I try to identify them with the terminology of D3 or PA, but those are the dates of the events that I knew about and the events that were pre-advertised by the district as well as the state. There are other dates and events because I thought until last week that the March 15th midwinter board meeting was that marvelous tea party that you guys went to. And I found out that is not that marvelous tea party, that the marvelous tea party is something that's put on by Latrobe, I think I was told. And so that's an addition. And if we want to add what Latrobe is doing, since there is that marvelous tea party that everybody likes to go to, then we need to make sure we know when that is so that if we're planning something, right, that we might avoid that. And then that way we can invite them to our marvelous party at the same time, instead of them not coming to our marvelous party. I can't hear you.
Can I go back to vendor bash date? Was there a reason we kept it at this that we have a date because of the location, or what was the reason? Because if there's a need for a location, I can get us one for free that's at the Hills if you don't like that date. So that's why I was asking. I just wanted to revisit that for a minute.
I think when we talked about it last week, there was and these dates were sitting there. Yes, yeah, that nobody objected to the fact that it was going to be on the exact same date. I have to be at the district meeting. It is recommended that the vice president be at the district meeting. All members are invited to the district meetings. But that was the date that was so far selected for the vendor bash. If folks wish to change it, then that is a decision that can be made. I don't know if it's going to be made by the body or exactly how that's going to happen. Currently, we do not have a chairperson for the vendor bash. Juanita nominated somebody, but that person had not said that they were going to do it, so I did not. So right now it still states.
Marita.
Miss Marita is going.
Reason that it was November first, because we've always had it December first, the first Saturday in December. There's a lot of events that occur that day in the way of vending. So this was a change to November first. I mean, it's up to the membership. Change the location, this location was because it was free and accommodating. Free parking, level ground. Accessible.
I'm not sure, were there any other dates that were, because we tried to look this, when we saw the conflict, tried to find out from UPMC, were there any other dates that were available in the month of November? And I don't think there were.
I don't know. At this point, I mean, I know I didn't check.
Yeah,
I don't know if they checked.
At this point, since we found out about the conflict, we've been checking, and at this point, there are no other dates in November.
Julie.
Or no Saturdays.
So my follow-up question is, since there is something going on that's district related, if you wanted to change it, is that what you want to do?
I do.
In other words, that's.
If I unleash.
If I'm gonna make the statement that that the club could conduct the vendor bash, but I could not be present. I'm not saying that it cannot happen. One person doesn't stop an entire show. The fact that I need to be at a district meeting does not stop the rest of the club from having the vendor bash and making it successful. But just simply, like I said, when I was making the dates, I was putting down the dates that were in conflict so that we might be aware of them. And if there was any possibility that of something that we needed to change, that we could go ahead and make that kind of adjustment. Which is basically what happened when we talked about the October and the November dates. And the fact that we needed to be in multiple locations. I know that last October, Marita was able to get us a resolution from the city or the county, I believe. And so during that week, folk met downtown and you guys took pictures. The district director, Janet Roridan, and I hope I'm saying her name correctly, wishes to come and visit. And so that would be a great opportunity to have a formalized kind of program and celebration of National Business Women's Week. If it turns out that Miss Audrey Johnson does have dementia, then we can add an additional somebody to speak and still honor her if she's able to actually come to the meeting. And of course, I've started drafting letters to go out to various politicians requesting resolutions for that week, so that in hopes that we would be able to, walk around with all these proclamations and things of that nature. But since that week is a big deal in business and professional women's history, some of the things that I discovered, I think we were instrumental in bringing it about, the same way we were instrumental in bringing about the Equal Pay Day celebration, which, by the way, is March the 3rd. But that would be a great day since it is our regular meeting. And last year we had the unhappy hour.
Yes.
That it would be good for us to go ahead and celebrate that again. And it literally falls on right in line with our meeting date. I think the Equal Pay Day is the 4th or it's the 2nd. It's either the day before or the day after, but I think it's the 4th. And so
another contest that we want.
yeah, and also this entire calendar is based on some of those contests. I looked at those as our goals and our objectives. When I read every time they said contest, and I remember how many contests this group has won last year. And it's like, okay, so how are we going to hit all of those marks and get all of these prizes and win again? And how can we tie it into our calendar? Yes, ma'am.
Where will that meeting be at? October?
It's scheduled for here.
So it's very distracting.
I can't hear you.
It's very distracting having to compete with neighboring meetings. And it takes away something. Maybe it's just me. It takes away something. It's too much almost. And so I would hate to have that kind of an event and not be able to absorb it all. But I'm just saying, and I know I'm not the only one in the room, it's very distracting.
Duly noted. And we will check to see if we have the entire facility, and if not, then we can also check to see where else we can go. And make that known to the world. Questions, comments?
Because of the distraction.
So are we saying we're doing that for just that one event, or are we gonna do that going forward for meetings?
Well, I will say that I'll leave that up to you guys. If you guys do not wish to meet here and you want to meet somewhere else. Because it is a group decision. Yes, ma'am.
And I love meeting here, but I have a headache. That's why I actually moved. I can't hear. I'm actually hearing every word they're saying rather than your words.
Yeah.
So in other words, if we can't have the facility completely to ourselves, then we do need to go somewhere else. Yes, ma'am.
There are 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 rooms that people could meet in. I'm not quite sure why we're smack up against each other, because possibly putting a room's worth of space between us and another group would help. Yeah. I mean, I'm in the same boat as all. I wish I had that in, I can't hear it. I may go up and down, we go up and down, and they're probably gonna follow us, and but, I just think that's
I'm gonna stand in the other room and see if it makes a difference.
you're all like,
Okay. Here, MJ. She just want to go in the other room to see if it makes a difference.
sure.
We just need to talk like we normally would, so that.
Or if she hears those, and no matter what.
See what it's like. Zoom capability.
The Zoom capability is awesome.
And I work right.
And our planning session last week, I posted. I was able to take our planning session and post it. So anybody who did not make the meeting will be able to go online and review the meeting in the minutes. The same thing, and that to me is a draw. The ability to be able to have the technology readily available. That is not a draw. I'll join you in that statement. That is not a draw. Yes, ma'am.
What is the address online? It's not on here anyway, I don't think.
We send it to people that.
Send a link out.
Planning meeting we did it, so I'll send it to everybody via email so they have it. I'll send it to everybody via email so they have it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Is it the same one all the time?
No, it's Pastor McGill, it's Fred McGill.
But are you talking about, okay, are you talking about the Zoom link? The Zoom link is the same every time.
Okay.
Okay.
It hadn't been up until this year is what I'm saying.
Well, I think last year we were using Marita's Zoom link. This year we're using my Zoom link. That means.
We could also, if it's a solve, I don't know if it is, use a microphone.
Right. That was my
Simplify.
microphone.
Then that could be part of it too. Because the biggest draw to me is this, we don't have to cobble together microphones and make sure somebody can hear on this, that they can hear it, no problem. I asked it, it's like, it's clear, they can hear it, it's a great tool.
Yeah, the Zoom video came out perfectly, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you go to YouTube, you can go to YouTube and you can type in BWGH and you'll be able to find it. Yes, ma'am.
You put it in our mail, how I got to it.
I did send everyone the URL from last week's meeting, along with the invitation to this week's meeting and a link for the Zoom that was sent.
I got to see it.
And that was said.
So thank you.
Now the bad news is folk are not used to getting emails from me. My email is going to spam and or it is being completely ignored. Because folk are not used to getting emails from me.
Oh, yeah. And I went to spam, but I always look at my spam to make sure I'm not killing everything first, so.
But again, not everybody goes to spam. Sure. But attempting to try to figure out how we can make this work. And like I said, this was a great draw. I was like, okay, so because I don't know how to,
Like maybe
I can do my phone. I can do my phone all day long, right? But if it wasn't for the fact that Omar came and set this up, y'all wouldn't see that because I don't know how to do that. Okay, and a matter of fact, when I did it, because I thought I was, I was like, I came early and I connected all the wires and then nothing happened. Okay, you had to come in and disconnect all the wires, restart the system and do this, and this in order to get it up because I couldn't.
Fortunately, you have a couple of your members who are tech savvy. Gail is one, Marlise is one, so Marita knows how to, I don't know if she knows how to work this system, but you don't have to do everything, Rev.
I'm not gonna do everything.
Yeah,
That's what I mean, there's some things that are outside of my capabilities and that's outside of my capabilities, which is why I was grateful that we had the access to this room and, being able to flip the cameras and maybe I'll figure out how to, what's that thing you do when you put no, I want y'all to see this, and so.
Share the screen.
Your document.
Share the screen.
Thank you. But yeah, that thing, where you have a document, you have a picture or something you're trying to get folk to access, and so, how do we do that? But let's get back to the calendar just for a second. Are we going to,
Worth a shot, especially if you're finding some of that balance.
November the 1st?
Did anybody think they wanted to do December? There's no November dates, if they did wanna go back to December.
Well, yeah, if you
The
ever.
first Saturday in December.
I don't think there's a December date. If I remember correctly, because we checked all of the dates. After you took that November date, all the rest of the dates, if I remember correctly, they all disappeared. Because we were looking to see if we could get options. We were looking and Sharon, who is the new, I guess, director or manager of this location, been very helpful. She got us a podium. Because we asked her if we hold the date, would you let us hold the date and then we can release the date at another point in time? And so technically, all of our meeting dates through next year are held. We can release them, but they are held so that nobody else can get them because this has become a very popular location. When we first came, when you first started having the vendor bash and having seminars and workshops here, this was not a popular location. Right. I'm gonna say BPW made this a popular location. So now we are fighting for access at the same time. I also spoke to Sharon, the manager, about the possibility of us having the entire thing on our meeting dates because of distraction. And so we are going to be looking at that and looking at the dates that we're here. But people, because they are encouraging the community to come and to use it, they want it filled. It's good for their business. It's good for the community look, for them to have this place filled up. The other thing that she offered us, and this is an aside, and I'm going to come right back to discussing this calendar, is any one of you can come and reserve space, office space, either on a weekly basis or on an occasional basis. All of the committees can have their meetings here. All you got to do is go to the front desk and schedule a date and a time and it's all available to you. They even provide the computers if you don't have a computer to connect it. You don't even have to bring your own computer. You do need your own Zoom account or Google Zoom,
Google, I think it's Google Meets or something like
Meet,
that.
okay, whatever they call it, but you need your own online access. But they will provide the equipment. They don't necessarily provide copying, but they provide basically everything else that you might need. There's a microwave back there, and they are encouraging us to use this space. They want us to use this space. Okay. Questions? Questions? Okay, that's basically, I'm gonna say all I have on that calendar. The dates, you can see the to be determined dates and locations that need to be done. And I'm going to say, we need to decide, I don't know if we need to decide tonight. Part of me thinks we do, but we need to definitely decide what we're gonna do with November the 1st.
When it comes to those district meetings, I mean, definitely the president and it's in any of the board members, it's good to come and it's always good to have a showing for membership in attendance. I'm thinking that we gave that date last year, you know what I mean, for the vendor bash for this year. And so the conflict, I'm surprised. But everybody doesn't attend those district meetings. I know people are used to coming here for the vendor bash. Several vendors have called already to see when our date was. I don't know. I would be forewarned with November 1st date. If we have a better location, you mentioned a place, I don't know.
Well, let me just say this. It is in Penn Hills. It is St. James Episcopal Church. My cousin happens to be the pastor. It has level parking all up there. It's a green space and it's got a fellowship hall that holds 300. So
You have to speak up.
it's very. You could stand up and then, so it's accessible in terms of where it's at. It's on Frankstown Road, right above Pendle Shopping Center. And the only reason I can tell you that it's available is because I'm church administrator. So I have the keys to the joint and it's never a problem for us to meet there if we need to for really anything. It's just a matter of getting on the calendar and it's there, but there's plenty of parking. There's plenty of room. We're gonna have a regular meetings there. If we have to have an alternative place, if you just want to be an alternative, that's up to you. They just updated the kitchen. They have warmers, they have oven, all that stuff. So we can either bring food ourselves or have a caterer come in. So my suggestion is think about it, have a few of us come up there. You guys can see what the space looks like, take some pictures. I have pictures already, but look at it and see what you think. That's all. It's just an
offering, Gail.
I'm sorry?
Capacity.
Almost 300. So the fellowship.
What's the name of the church?
St. James Episcopal Church, it's right across from McDonald's.
It's across the street from McDonald's, but it is technically out of sight. You have to.
Well,
go up the-
when you say out of sight, it's not like it's not accepted.
No, it's not as, I'm gonna make the statement that it's not, you just pull in the parking lot or you ride down the street and you see.
But the best part of that is that you don't have to deal with outside anything. It's like your own area up there and it's easy to get.
Now, are you recommending that for meetings? Is that what you're?
I'm recommending for whatever you want.
Yes, ma'am.
So I like this location for the vendor bash just because of what the chairperson said. The vendors are used to having it here, the location space, but I like your space for the meeting October 21st, since we want that to be a special event and we want, to be able to hear and have the event space. I like that for the October 21st meeting, if it's available.
It's always.
I would agree with Juanita.
Yeah, I mean, that
think
sounds
Mr.
like
Bass
a-
should stay here.
Yeah, you know. A lot of people do not go to that District 3 meeting, you know what I mean? They aren't gonna travel all the way out wherever it is, you know what I mean?
No, I understand that, which is why I said I do not have a problem going and you guys continuing with the vendor bash, but yes, ma'am.
Yes, and the reason we picked that November first date last year is because we've always done it the first Saturday in December. And there's always 4 or 5 holiday vendor bashes, the same exact day. So we said we would get a, head start and have it a month early. That's why we voted on that November first date last year, and that's why I don't think we should change our date or our location.
I have no objection to that. Yes,
Also,
ma'am.
Blairsville is approximately 55 minutes from this location. I promise you, the membership will not be traveling in November, except for those, perhaps your board members, but they're not going to want to travel an hour away. You might even consider somebody with access to a minivan or a bus, because that's quite a haul for multiple cars.
And I hear what you're saying, and I am going to state it again, that if this organization is having a vendor bash on November the 1st, and I am required to be at a district meeting, then I would want to see the support by this group at the vendor bash, making sure that it is a success. And if there's 1 or 2 people that might be willing to travel to Blairsville, then that would be great. But if the decision is to have the vendor bash, then this organization needs to be supporting the vendor bash.
Understood.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I make a motion?
Yes, please.
I make a motion that GPBPW has the vendor bash at this location on November 1st.
Second. Second. Discussion? Yes, ma'am.
I just wanna know if she chairperson.
You were this way. You overlooked that. Okay, do we need a motion for that? No, I don't need a motion for that. All in favor of continuing with the plans to have the vendor bash here on November the 1st, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Yes, ma'am.
There is a discussion about why not Aussies from Faith,
Why not Aussie's for
October meeting.
I'm sorry.
What is the question?
They just simply asked why not do Aussies in October?
For the October 21st meeting.
No, I did not. That was a typo.
Oh, she said it was a typo, even though she wrote it.
That
for
was a
sense.
typo.
No, that wasn't Faith. That was me.
And that wasn't me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Faith.
She's rescinding
That
the
wasn't
question.
me. That was whoever else is
Yes, ma'am.
online.
I had went to the Homewood Islands event this weekend, and I got a lot of vendors' cards, and I would like to pass it on to you.
One of the people you.
Yes, but she said, no, she didn't tell me. So please, just a moment.
Okay, a date will have to be had for March the 3rd. And I'm gonna end my part, but if you look at that list of appointed standing committees and local committees, I have added Marita Bryant's name to annual vendor bash chair. I would love for her to also be the chair of the Elliott Award. Elliott Award selection.
You need the scholarship luncheon.
Ma'am, I mean, the Gwen Elliott Award, the choosing of the
Nominating. Okay.
nominations.
She wants you to handle the committee for
Gwen Elliott.
nominees for the Gwendolyn Elliott.
Do you agree to that?
Elliot has 2 teeth.
Thank you very much. And Cobb's has no S.
Somebody presented this to me when I became president. And
Bonnie gave this to me. I'm giving it to you.
Good.
So in other words, all I got to do, oh, and you got a job and you got a job. We're all gonna get signed up for something, sure. I saw my name in there. Absolutely. Okay. Okay, so your name is down there twice. Okay, the other items can be handled by some of the committees because they do go into that next fiscal calendar year, not fiscal, but physical calendar year. And so we'll be able to deal with that. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question about math counts and junior BPW chair TBD. Is math counts still happening?
Yes, ma'am.
Last year it was not, we were all ready to go and they didn't have it, or they didn't tell anything, any BPW people normally do. So I always go to that one.
And the math count, if I'm not mistaken, is still being listed. I was asked to see if I could find a chairperson for it. It is one of the STEM stream projects. It's open to both boys and girls. I was about to say men and women, but it's open to boys and girls.
And they're little kids.
Yes. And I just got finished playing math counts with with Omar's son earlier. When he came in, he was playing with math, and so we were playing some math games. So it is possible for us to do something with math counts. We do need a chairperson. Again, if you look at that list, those are the areas that we need chairpersons for. Is on that particular list.
I would volunteer to A, find out if it's still happening, and if it is B, the local.
We are still having it, and I would put your name down as the local person, okay? Because it does exist. That is one of the areas that I needed to get someone to cover for us.
We have a contact that
I cannot hear you.
Do we have a contact that I can get up with about math counts?
I will certainly get that to you.
Okay, because it's in the spring. I mean, we have time, but I just.
You have time, but a lot of the planning and the activities is ongoing, and yes, I do have information. And if I'm not mistaken, that is also one of our contests. There's a contest for everything, and so that to me, every time you say contest, I say goal and objective. So those are things that we need to make sure that we are completing. Where's my agenda? I just lost my agenda. Second, please. Okay. Out of our standing committees group, is there anybody in that group who has anything that they wish to share? You have 2 minutes.
Senator Jeff, Tashawn said that mass counts is Tara Maravka, where you can find her email on the Wild Apricot website.
Yeah, because I know Tara, and that's, we were talking about this because they didn't just. But I'm also looking, Lucinda Sabal
And all of that stuff will be on the website.
Okay.
For bylaws, I just have one question and I'm throwing out there and anybody can. Do we, cause I have the updated bylaws, that are suggested by the the state. Do we have anything on the books for this particular club that somebody has a copy of? So I can compare the two, or am I just gonna kind of
I have copies of a 21 and a 22. I think the 22 was proposed. I'm not sure.
I think the 22 was voted upon.
But did it make it all the way up to the state? No. Okay, so it may have been somewhere we have copies of the 21 and the 22.
Yeah, if you could send
And I'll
them
make sure
to
you get
me
copies
and
of
I'll, kind of like compare it, see if we're in line, if we aren't in line.
One of the calendars that I'm working on, if I can, and again, if I can lock down some of these dates, I have this long calendar, hopefully lots of pictures in it that you will be able to get, that has some of the deadline dates that we are supposed to use in order to turn in our information to the district and therefore to the state, so that we are not missing any
Yeah,
deadlines.
if you could let me know the deadline for that too.
I will certainly do
I'll get on that.
The bylaws weren't turned into the district. I don't know if
They turned it into the state.
yet, but it wasn't turned into the district, because there's a deadline with where they needed it.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that deadline is in February. But
February, oh, that gives me.
yeah, we have time. We have
I'll probably do it, in February, but it's nice to think. Nice to think.
Okay, anyone else out of the standing committees?
No, but your treasurer has a, may I make a plea?
I cannot hear you.
May I make a plea?
I'm listening.
Two women expended their money. Please donate to that basket, that bag back there, so we can reimburse them. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
I have to go.
All right, special committees, again, is anybody in special committees that needs to make any statements? Yes, ma'am.
Donna and I, on behalf of the hospitality committee, we need some clarity from the membership. One, when we have meetings at locations like this, providing the refreshments needs to be more
Catered.
that or catered or, I need people to call us up and say, this is what I'm capable of offering.
I'd like to meet with your committee but I would either like to see catered or I would like to see a suggested menu and you ask folks to bring these items or to contribute toward those items. I'm not a big fan of potluck dinners. I got too many dietary restrictions. And one of the things that hopefully we will address will be the dietary restrictions of our members. And so therefore, and particularly since we are a women-based organization, it is my hope that that list of caterers that's available at the front desk out here, that we might be able to utilize some of those folks to provide food for our meetings. And they are available at a reasonable cost. Yes, ma'am.
The other thing I wanted to discuss with the membership is it possible that we can agree right now that if we do cater, that we can agree upon how much people can donate? Like $10 per person, for example. And then
I'd like to talk to you guys because if we're gonna cater and we come up with a meal or a menu, there's nothing that says that we can't say that the meal next week is $10 based on what that caterer is providing, or it's $12. If you want to stay within a $10 or $12 range generally, then yes, but
okay, so you'd like me to table that, have a conversation with you, because
and then send it out to the members, and if you have more than just you and Donna on that committee, then by all means, talk with your committee about it.
myself, Donna and Gail, and we have kind of chatted about it already. But what we do know is this, no matter what we decide, we don't want to be running around on the last day gathering items. But we just need to know, like, you can give a caterer your budget. You can tell them, I have a $100 budget, and they will tell you what some of the things you can get for $100 for, let's say, 15 people.
That's correct.
So that's where I was trying to make sure that everyone understands that at some point we will be asking members to pitch in. And then they don't have to worry about bringing anything because it can be catered. But also, it's not gonna be a full meal, but maybe something like similar to what we have, heavy hors d'oeuvres, something like that. So that it's not an expensive meal.
Yeah, so it's not
Yeah.
a $35.
Something that
Yeah.
holds you over, after working all day or being busy all day and until you get home, not something that'll necessarily put you to sleep. So it's just a conversation that I wanted to put out there. Gail and I, Donna and I, we've already talked about, we just need our marching orders. And Rev, we will be in touch with you this week. We'll probably do a four-way. Anyone who wants to join the hospitality committee, we accept all.
We're a fun group to be around.
Yes.
I wish I had one of them little bells that could say get 2 minutes out. Yes, ma'am.
I was just gonna say, Carol, she has a list going around for the vendor badge for the committee. So the people who are online, can you see if any of them want to join the committee?
Thank you. Okay, so we did that, unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business that we need to deal with? Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if this comes under unfinished business, but we have a woman here who is our new member and first time. Can I introduce her and have her introduce herself?
Please.
This is Julie Shepherd.
Yay!
Well, about BPW as we do network, and you didn't realize we were going to be so early today, so would you please tell us something about yourself and what you do?
Hi. Like I said, my name's Julie Shepherd. I currently work for the Pittsburgh Promise. And I've been there for 13 years and met Bonnie through church and our husbands. And I'm just interested in what you're doing and how you're doing and how I might be a part of that. I live in Mount Washington, have family in Philadelphia. I did not get the meeting notice. I was just going by what was on the flyer that I used to sign up. So I apologize for being late, but
You are not late. We need to make sure we have your email address.
I know you cashed my check. Somebody has. Somebody has.
I know nothing.
Been your best.
I know nothing. I know nothing. Welcome. Are you a teacher? Julie, are you a teacher?
I am not.
The teachers in the house need to apply for, I believe it's called the Sarah Walsh. Do I have the name right?
Oh. I know it's Sarah Walsh.
It's in the newsletter. Well, I'll make sure I send that because that's due in September. There's a grant that is available that Juanita Bryan is going to apply for. Because she's a teacher and STEM, STEAM and STREAM, because if you start telling people to read, then that comes under that category. Okay? Any other unfinished business?
Oh, yes. We were going to celebrate the September birthdays.
Did that.
We sang. Got a cake.
I wonder, it's like,
Yes. I'll get to that in a minute.
9 more.
Membership.
Okay, and it was just pointed out that it is on your calendar, that calendar page that I pointed out to you with those dates on it. September the 20th is one of the days that we get to cross off our ability to have done at least one of the hunger events associated with Sarah Kitchen, the president of BPW Pennsylvania's goals and objectives, and therefore becomes one of ours. And so Cindy, if you could tell us something about what's going to happen on the 20th. September the 20th is one of the dates that Arita was able to get for us. And I don't know if you look at the UPMC calendar for this month, their calendar is now packed. So if you had not gotten us that date, we'd have nothing.
Caught me off guard. September the 20th is a Saturday.
All of a sudden. Jermaine, what did you want me to say about Saturday, September?
What's happening, who's coming? September the 20th. Then you got the speaker from Greater Pittsburgh, from the food bank, from the Greater Pittsburgh Food Bank.
I thought that was canceled and someone told me they did not need me to be involved, so I thought I wasn't in. Yeah, cause I was going to do a grant writing workshop and teach people and they said, no grant writing workshop, that it would be something about hunger instead, so
You said that you would do the food bank.
I'm so sorry. I missed that totally. I thought I was doing a grant writing workshop that day and was told, don't do that. We're gonna do something else on the food bank. I mean, I think I help with the food bank because I know Lisa Scales, so I did say that. But I don't know what I'm supposed to do on.
Did you contact Lisa Scales? That's the question.
Can I have that pen back?
If you're able to contact her, great. And if you do not have somebody who can do it, let me know and I'll get somebody who can.
Okay, so Lisa Scales is someone I know well. I can call her even tonight. On September the 20th, we are doing something here for the food bank
We're doing something here for hunger
on that Saturday.
on that Saturday. That's what we talked about in the executive session.
I'm so sorry. I missed it totally. I thought I was
But it's
canceling a grant writing workshop.
Here, correct? It's gonna be here.
That's that.
So just away
On Saturday from 1 to 3.
Okay, so just
We're
away.
having a, yes, ma'am.
I was just gonna say, I have a suggestion that we all put these cans or boxes, something. on that.
Yes. We can certainly do the cans and the bottles and the boxes. One of the
Oh,
things.
we're doing a collection that day.
We'll do a collection. Collection works much better. I am I'm a food bank distributor, for lack of a better way of putting it. And I know that even when we collect the canned goods are not as valuable as that $2 that you paid for a can of corn. They could have bought half a case with that same $2. So the money is a lot more beneficial. So what I have been doing with my canned goods, I have one of those canned good cutters that cuts a smooth top where it has no cutting edges. So I have actually been cutting them, washing them in anticipation of creating little banks so we can fill them with change. You know, that we can come home and fill with our spare change and then we can turn that in either to Hunger Free Pennsylvania, with the, which is what Sarah Kitchen is pushing, but they are also telling us to support our local food bank. So the combination, yes, Miss Joy.
So
The Boy Scouts can come and do what? Oh, I'm sorry.
the hunger thing is supposed to be 1 to 3, so like we're donating, but also someone's coming to speak to us. That's what.
Well, that's what I'm gonna.
It's an awareness. It's a hunger awareness. And if Lisa's not available, just let me know.
Well, if she wants somebody else from the Greater Pittsburgh Food Bank on her staff, would that be okay?
That's fine. But I was gonna call somebody else on the staff if she said she wasn't available. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to announce that, for those of you who were at the luncheon last Saturday, Lisa Scales was one of our,
She was.
awardees, the Women of the 19th Amendment Award. And so she gave a very nice little 3-minute talk. And, she was very pleased to be honored, by the Pennsylvania Women's Hall of Achievement. And if we get her here again, that would be great.
Texting her now.
All right, so that's one item. Under new business, I am horrible at gambling. I'll be the first one to admit it. But we have 2 suggestions for fundraisers in addition to the vendor bash. One is a holiday lottery raffle, either December and or in February. How much money for those folks who did that? Did we make money on that? Yeah. I thought that was the answer because, but again, I don't know how to do it. I had to get somebody else to explain, take my tickets and sell them so they could explain to folk what it meant because I didn't know what was happening.
One thing, last year, we did make profit because we don't have to spend that much to do. We just had to pay for the cost of the tickets, which I believe was like $65. Then we also had to, made a February basket, but the members donated the basket items. So pretty much everything that you get is profit. Now, we didn't sell all of our tickets. But because
Still made a profit.
we made a profit. Yes.
Okay.
Like $3,000, 4,000?
I don't remember off the top of
Yeah,
my
I
head.
have to-
Wait, excuse me, y'all made how much?
Not now.
Wait, now you got my attention. You really made that much?
Because it was all from.
Oh, okay. I can't make the motion that we, that we have a December and a February. But really? Wow.
Let's apply them for stocking stuffers.
Okay.
I have no idea. I just threw that out.
Yeah.
Well, all I know is that I know they said they had made a lot of money. I know that.
Yeah.
But it was sort of like, I have trouble with the lottery thingamajig. I don't know how it works. I've tried. I play a number, it'll never come out. So I'll be like, oh, okay, well, but then somebody said, but you have to play that number more than once every 2 or 3 years. So I bought a ticket today. I did. I bought a ticket today because they said it was a couple of billion. So I came up with $2 and
Billion. It's like
Yeah.
1.3 billion.
Don't let her pass out up here.
Your chances of being in a nuclear accident are greater than your chance of winning the lottery.
And I understand that, but I figure you gotta be in it to win it, so I gave up my $2. Okay, but when I heard that, we made profit off of the lottery thingamajiggy, I don't know what else to call it. And we also made profit off of something with the envelopes where you put the $1 in or $2 or whatever. And I guess that's something you do at an event.
Yes.
But I was thinking, if there is a volunteer, because again, I don't know how to run it. I don't even know how to describe it, but it sounded like something that if we're trying to raise money, that might be one of the ways that we could raise money would be with that in December and or in February. The other thing that is a fundraising suggestion is that a modest fundraiser, and this one would be suggested to be at Osty's on a Saturday at noon during March, during Women's History Month, with all proceeds, of course, coming to our club. And keeping the price down to $35 or $40 a ticket, which would be enough to cover the meal and maybe the cost of the room. And that our money or the draw would be an essay contest open to District 3 members requiring interest to write an essay on a woman in history who has inspired them to do their best work. And we could offer a first, second, and third prize with a modest honorarium gift of a physical item of about 25, 15, and 10, and a certificate done in Word and framed. Winners to be announced at the luncheon. And we could start soliciting entrants in December to January with a deadline of February, get lots of entries, a lot of time to judge them. And we could make our money by offering trivia rounds of questions, 10 to 15 multiple choice on women's history during the super salad and one during the dessert course. Charge $15 to $25 per table for get of trivia. Ray Ball, our speaker, perhaps from the Women's Center I'll have to get an explanation for that because I'm not sure if I'm reading that one right. And we would need inexpensive but meaningful, perhaps something we can find at the Dollar General, Dollar Tree, plaques, coasters, refrigerator matics, certificates, etc. And we would tell people to read past issues of the Buzz and the Bird to prepare for the rounds and base 50 to 70% of the questions on the material and other more difficult things. And if it's a tie, have some tiebreaker questions, some mystery bags, small gifts wrapped, and guests would buy at a set price of $5 or $10 filled with items worth $5 to $25, donated by members, have a 50-50 raffle, have a journal wall on a one-page program of the schedule of women who inspire that is tiered, keeping the becoming a spring name for flowers, roses, lilies, and daisies. Roses 50, lilies 25, daisies 15. And Austy's offers that banquet goers can bring own desserts with their own serving plates. Maybe we could get members to bake or donate store-bought cookies to save on the cost of dessert. And our presenter, Ms. Shirley Duffy, who's offering this one, is willing to chair this particular event and to hash out details and organize donors of items and sit at the registration table, etc. So these are two of the
What's the
big.
title of the event?
Shirley, what's the title of the event?
The title of the event, well, I
The title of the event, because there's so much verbiage there, I have no idea.
well, no, that's just everything.
I know, that's-
I would say, something along the line of, celebration of women's history.
No,
I guess what's the purpose?
What-
Is
is
it,
this
is
a
the focus,
luncheon?
is it
It
a,
is a fundraiser. It is a luncheon to get us, thinking about women's history.
so it's a fundraiser luncheon that has a game aspect to it?
Yes, but there's we're kind of, if, I have it typed up here and, I can circulate it, but, it's kind of like, just something the thing about it is, I'm thinking keeping it low cost.
Low cost is cheap things and who's.
Okay, well, hold on. I'm thinking of keeping the ticket price low cost, just to cover the meal and the room. And once again, the draw is this women's history. It's people participating, writing essays on women's history that will be judged. We give awards for that. And then at the event, it's a celebration of women's history. We have,
Missed it.
that's all, we have trivia cards, with about 10 to 15 women's history questions per table. You pay $25 to purchase one of those.
Make me have a cake is what y'all gonna make.
And, and then you run some other things like, a 50-50 raffle, you can
I
have
think
the
it's too
mystery.
busy.
I think the details can be worked out and it can be streamlined as necessary. I'll get you in a second. The question becomes, and we do need to do something in the month of March. We're having the unequal pay thingamajiggy, but we also, that takes care of unequal pay day. It does not take care of Women's History Month. If the thought is that it's too busy, it can be streamlined and, work with Shirley on that particular project. Ms. Joy, you were first with a question, then Marita, and then I'll take Cindy.
I mean, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it with all the kindness in my heart, that normally I know the people that have great ideas need to put the work in. I'm gonna say that I love you all, but I cannot put the work in this, but I do have an idea. So one thing that the Light of Life does and does it well is a trivia night every year over at Mike's Beer Barn, or whatever you call Mike's, on Federal Street across from PNC. Mike's gives that to them for free, and my understanding under the table is that they do a lot of give the room for them for free. And he also donates some snacks, like little appetizer things. And then, he's gonna make his money off of people buying alcohol and eating while they're there. It's an event that happens in the evening. It's a trivia night. And then the committee goes and gets gift idea donations, if you will, baskets. Like I won like Steeler socks or some nonsense one year, but you can win different things that they donate. But the trivia can be anything that you want it to be, and it could be Women's History Month, and all the trivia is women. You get they sell tickets and you can go as an individual, or I ended up getting, like, most people will go and get their table filled. So I had like, I think with me, I had 6 people and we compete as a group or individually, and you can win
That's
prizes.
basically
And
the
and then in
ideal.
addition, they had raffle tickets, so 50.
Again, if this
going
is
on.
something we want to look at, then we can hone it down and we can even look at the location.
That's basically
Let me get
with this.
But we-
get Miss Margarita, and then I need to get Cindy, and then I need to get y'all out of here because we have hard stops and deadlines. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
The only thing I was gonna say is if you're looking to do something in North, to have a fundraiser that we could be selling tickets for, is gonna conflict with the May luncheon, scholarship luncheon. So that's kind of like too close. That's too close. I love the trivia, women's trivia idea. I love that. But it's like, it would be a conflict with the luncheon if we had to sell a ticket. And up at Austy's, even if we're gonna have a fundraiser, we'd have to sell the ticket at least at $30.
It would have to be 35, 40.
Let me get Cindy, and again, I'm gonna have to pause, as they say, we're gonna adjourn this meeting. We can always have this top conversation again. We can even have it on Zoom if you'd like. Because again, I need to honor their time, and we still need to clean up. Yes, ma'am.
Basically what Marita was saying, because if we only made $250 in last year's Linda J. Call, we should really put all of our interest in getting corporate sponsors, basket sponsors for Linda.
Well, the thing about this, it doesn't require corporate sponsors or baskets.
Shirley,
or
the
anything.
thing about this is that, and Marita, what you said, we have a real problem getting an audience for things. We have a real problem reaching out as a group. We are not very good at that at all.
But again, just give me a minute.
And so if this is the 3rd or 4th thing that we're trying to reach out for an audience.
Well, see,
It's not
that's
gonna
where,
happen.
okay, that's where the essay contest comes in.
Who's gonna write an essay?
Okay, let me make this statement.
You don't know.
What I very much need, and we do not have, fundraising chair. And that fundraising chair could help to solidify these ideas, to be able to talk through it, be able to hold meetings and discuss the pros and the cons. I think all of the ideas are good personally. I do understand the ticket sale, if you're trying to push for tickets and sponsors in 2 months, and having a ticketed fundraiser in March. I do understand how that can be a conflict, but I think I like the trivia idea. I like the essays. I like all of the different parts and pieces. We just need to see how we're going to make all of that happen.
Maybe have it here.
Shoshana was
If you're
making-
concerned about a ticketed thing, have it here.
Austy's is-
Or have it at,
It's all fundraising.
Okay.
She's saying
Fine.
something.
Austy's is closed between January and April.
What?
Thank you, she said.
Okay, well, that's.
Took them out the picture. Okay. Ladies, I need a number between 1 and,
We got 4 prizes.
that was my question.
Number from 1 to 20.
All right, everybody write down a number. Don't write down the same number.
You already got that.
Ticket. You got it.
I didn't get a ticket.
Oh, she already
No, she didn't get a ticket. She didn't get a ticket.
Okay, hold on.
How come I never get a ticket? No.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, anybody need a ticket?
Wait, here I come.
I was gonna say my.
Number 19.
No, ones that's circle.
wait, she didn't get a ticket yet.
She didn't get her ticket.
Anybody got 19?
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here looking at
He hasn't gotten the ticket.
Wait, these are the numbers she goes with. Is that what you're telling me?
No, wait.
I had 15.
Okay,
You got 19 circle.
no. Ones that are.
Good. I had 15.
This is rigged. If I don't win, I know it's rigged. It's rigged.
Darn
Number
it.
20.
Bonnie DiCarlo is winner.
Yay.
40.
They can pick.
They can pick anyone they want.
Number 12.
Who has 12? There you
You
go.
don't get to win, okay?
12
I'm putting that number back in there, I'm crossing that number out. Number,
to win.
because you won last week.
That's not my fault.
No, you know. I got you.
What?
What's your number?
Shit.
Number 8. MJ.
Okay.
Number 1.
I am actually one.
Yeah.
Number one.
All right, how many more I got?
You
got
tissue paper.
Pick a bag.
You got your socks.
I have one bag left.
Number 6.
Oh.
All right.
Hey.
Nice.
Now we get cleaned up.
Nice.
That's it.
That's the first one.
Now, I take it the people online didn't get no numbers.
Oh,
wow.
It's a matter of not coming in person.
What did I say? You got anybody online? Oh, you gotta, no, ain't no call. You got to be in it. You gotta be in it to win it. Win.
We don't have another meeting for Vendor Bash will be 10 days.
We need to have a lot of online meetings. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, it has indeed been a pleasure to be with you this evening. Please mark your calendar for Saturday, September the 20th from 1 to 3 p.m. here at this location for our Hunger Awareness Day. Please bring at least $2, $3, $4, $5 so we can contribute toward buying. If you want to do it, if you got one of them smooth can cutters, start dropping your change in. And we can certainly do that. October 21st, we will talk about where that particular meeting is going to be. And at that point, somebody please make sure I inform our district director because I told her it was. So I need to find out if we have the entire space and if not, what we're going to do and how we're going to be doing. Yes. That having been said.
Jermaine, there was
Any other announcements? We do need to do a picture.
There was a question here about the food and hunger event Saturday, the 21st. 20th, which I will get Lisa Skills or someone to be a guest speaker. The question is, can people bring canned goods as well as monetary donations?
They can.
Both.
Yes, they can. Here.
But don't emphasize the cans.
I hear you.
Yeah, and the reason you really don't want to emphasize the cans is because I've collected cans. We have those big beautiful cans that we collect and because if you're not buying an entire case, so to speak, so that they can do all the, because every box that they put out winds up being the same. Those cans wind up going to us basically, so that for the food pantry at the different locations, because you got one can of string beans and you got one can of this, the money truly goes much further.
Purpose for money, but if people.
They bring it, the symbolism of it and symbolically, that's why I was cutting my cans so I could drop the money in. You know, and I can give it
to a major.
Okay, Omar. I want to thank everybody for showing up for this meeting. And
Hey, clients.
meeting's adjourned. Please come forward for a picture.